Good morning, everyone. Today is January 20th, 2026, and today is another live trading session. Today we are once again looking at our top three pairs. We have NASDAQ, we have US30, and we have gold. The sentiment for today for NASDAQ and US30 have just come out as bearish, and then the sentiment for gold has come out as bullish. We know that we had some news last night about tariffs being placed on Greenland. So that's something to look out for this morning with some sense of high volatility. But aside from that, we'll basically just be sitting on our hands and waiting for an opportunity to present itself. NASDAQ, from a higher time frame perspective, we saw that last week. We had an accumulation of price. We created that high of the week on Tuesday, and then the rest of the week started trading off. And then we finally reached our sell side objective last week our sell side objective coming into this week, coming into this Monday. And then for US30, kind of the same premise. Tuesday created a high. We were trading down the rest of the week. We had consolidation yesterday because of the holiday, and then we had a form of drop off last night. And then gold's just been bullish. It's been pretty hard to align with gold just because it's been extremely bullish. We're currently at all-time highs, so there's not really any other higher price action that we're looking at gold to react off of. We're kind of just waiting for gold to balance itself so that we can realign with positions on there. But that is basically everything for this morning so far. And again, I'll keep you guys updated if we do get any opportunities today. Okay, so just a little bit of an update, given that it is now 9 o'clock. So NASDAQ, as we see, NASDAQ opened with a bullish candle, created a bullish fair value gap, and then tapped into this bearish 15-minute fair value gap up here, and has now been trading sideways ever since. There's not really a clear direction for it at the moment, but we do still have a heavy bearish sentiment that is still in play. Almost the same exact thing for US30. US30 has opened bullish, and then after those bulls exhausted, after running this high, this relative short-term high, we've seen now price start to try and revert and potentially go and attack this low of the day. Given that, again, our US30 sentiment is also bearish for today. And then finally, we have gold. And again, gold is at all-time highs, so it's a bit harder to align with. But we saw a huge down close candle at 8:30 to start the session, and then a revert bullish candle right after that down close candle. Ever since then, it's just been moving sideways, and it looks to be trying to climb potentially to this high of the day. But yeah, that is basically all of the updates as of right now. Again, still just sitting on our hands and waiting to see if an opportunity presents itself. But that is the current 9 o'clock update. Okay, so we just took a loss for today. Kind of premise for today's trade was the same thing that we were looking for. So, like I had said, the sentiment for today on NASDAQ and on US 30 were both bearish, and the sentiment for today on gold had come out as bullish. Now, once we got into the actual session, as we can see, just like I walked through at 9 o'clock, we had NASDAQ, which had created this barrier, which we were kind of consolidating consolidating inside of. And then we had this huge impulse bullish candle at 920. And from there, price has been trying to attack that previous day high. But in concurrent price, it was attacking this current day high that was set earlier today. If we go to US 30, US 30 was doing the exact same thing. It got a little bit more aggressive because, again, this 920 candle was a lot more aggressive to the upside, and so it was a lot easier objective to go and hit that high of the day. And so on the contrary of that, again, gold started forming bearish price action, and so I was trying to align with that. So gold opens, gold falls. Gold then starts to pull back. It doesn't give us any confirmation for bulls or sells, but then we get this fair value gap inside of here at gold at 9 o'clock. So if you see inside of there, we get this 9 o'clock candle, which is bullish, and we get a bullish fair value gap at that 9 o'clock candle. We've seen after that 9 o'clock candle was formed, we have the 905 candle, we have the 910 candle, and then we have the 915 candle, which breaks through that bullish fair value gap, which in my opinion is what invalidated us getting to this high of the day today. So once we broke through there, that is where my indication was to try and look for sells. And so that's exactly what we did. I misaligned this, and then I took the sells off of this 915 fair value gap candle that was created. And I was trying to short to my first objective, which was low-hanging fruit. This is internal liquidity. And then my second objective, which would have obviously been the previous day's low, or actually the current day's low, which was just the low that was created at 12:45 this morning. Ultimately, again, as you guys saw, price ran a little bit in our favor, tried to show some forms of going to the downside, but then price got stuck. And the reason why I closed out earlier than expected, again, our original stop loss was going to be at this candle's high, at the candle's high that created this down close fair value gap. But if we go on a 3-minute time frame, once we got into 9:45, I understood that, again, 9:45 to 10 o'clock, that's the last 15 minutes of the session. And so usually price is going to want to deliver to some form of objective. And so what did we see? We saw that 9:39 3-minute candle created a bullish fair value gap. And then we saw coming into 9:45, we had this bullish fair value gap that was actually created in the market. And so I knew if this was to hold, if we were to break through this, I would have continued holding this with the, again, same objective of previous day low. But since we were not able to break out of this, and since we started holding this fair value gap as well as flipping the current candle that created the fair value gap, that's where I ultimately ended up just getting out at the high of this 3-minute structure, since I knew that, again, we're probably either just going to continue to consolidate now, since that is what the session predominantly did, or this is now going to be a reversal point and the rest of the day is going to try and get us to this high of the day objective. But yeah, that is basically everything for today. One trade today, one loss today. But we will be back Thursday to see if any other opportunities present themselves.